Northern plains are located at the south of the Himalayas. They are the result of a deposition of sediments by the rivers which are originating from the Himalayas. This is as a continuous process of a filling of such depressions which were appear when Indo-African belt, the portion of an Indo-African belt which separated and moved towards the North Pole. When it subsided towards the North Pole, it subsided at the southern parts of the Himalayas. When it touches, there were the depressions were occurred. Such depressions were filled with the sediments. Such depressions were filled with the sediments by the rivers. This process continued for the 30 billion years. 30 million years. Continuously, this process has resulted in the formation of the northern plains of India. Northern plains of India, they are stitched from the Indus to the Brahmaputra. Indus River to the Brahmaputra rivers. Indus River to the Brahmaputra River. No need to send PDFs. No need to send PDFs of the test. Clear? Not for this time. In a revision test, you have to send. Revision test, you have to send your PDFs. Okay, let's continue. Northern plains of India, they came into existence which stretched from Indus towards the Brahmaputra. So these are the result of three river basins: Indus River Basin, Ganga River Basin, and a Brahmaputra River Basin. Brahmaputra River Basin. They are basically lies stitched under the Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, and Assam. West Bengal and Assam. They are stitched among these states. Let's start from the first. Indus Plains. Indus Plains are the result of the Indus and their 5 tributaries. 5 tributaries which are results the lands of Punjab. Lands of Punjab are the result of the Indus and their 5 tributaries: Satluj, Byas, Ravi, Chenab, and Jhelum. A land between these number of rivers is known as the Doabs. D-O-A-B. D-O-A-B. The land lies in between of these rivers is known as the Doabs. D-O means two, do, and Ab are the waters. A land between the two water bodies. Now, a land between the two waters is known as the Doab. That is known as the Doab. So that is known as the Doab. Land between the two rivers is known as the Doab. So there are a number of Doabs which are the lies under these tributaries of Indus. Our area, Jalandhar, Hoshiarpur, Pathankot, Kapurthala are lies under the Bist Doab, B-I-S-T. B-I, Byas, S-T, Satluj, Bist Doab. Then next, Taran, Amritsar, Gurdaspur are lies under the Bari Doab, B-A-R-I, B-A, Byas, R-I, Ravi. In between of these two rivers. Next one, Rachna, R-A-C-H-N-A, Rachna, Ravi, and Chenab rivers. Then Charge, C-H-A-J-J, C-H-A-J-J, Chenab, and Jhelum rivers. Both of them, they are lies in parts of the Pakistan. So these important dogs are the lies under these Indus Basin. Indus Basin. This land is known for the agricultural production because of availability of alluvial soils. Alluvial soils. Next one, Ganga Plains, the Ganga Basin. Ganga Basin has extends from the Yamuna at the west towards the Ganga at the east. Ganga at the east. This land has drained by the Ganga and their tributaries like Yamuna, Ghaggar, Gandak, Son, Kain, Betwa, Chambal, and Damodar. Damodar is a river in West Bengal. And this river, Ganga river basin, having their one distributary, one and only distributary which has lies in West Bengal, named as the Hooghly, Hugli. Hooghly is the distributary of a Ganga. Distributary means when a larger river merges, it fall their water among the larger water body is known as the distributary. That is known as the distributary. That is known as the distributary. Arush 9D.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Arush. Is there anybody Jaidev in your class? आपकी क्लास में
Sir, I don't think so, sir. Actually, I'm a new student, so I don't know that many students.
Okay. Mute yourself. Bhavansh. Anybody Jaidev in your class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ganga Plains. Ganga Plains are stretched in Delhi. It has stretched among the areas of Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Jharkhand, Bihar, Haryana, Jharkhand, Bihar, and West Bengal. Clear? West Bengal. So Ganga Plains, they are the densely populated parts of the country because of their leveled areas, availability of fertile soils here, regular supply of water from the Himalayan region. Fourth one, moderate climatic conditions makes as a more dense growth of the population. And last, fifth reason responsible for the high density of population in this region. High density of population as a growth of means of transport. Growth of means of transport. Growth of means of transport. Clear? Growth of means of transport are led to the dense growth of a population in this part of the India. This part of the India. Clear? So Ganga Plains. Ganga Plains are basically divided by the two kinds of the land masses. Bhabar and the Tarai regions are located here. Bhabar are basically when the river has left the mountains. When river has left the mountains, it suddenly enters in a plains. Then big boulders, pebbles, nodules, it left in their course and the water flows towards ahead with the finer sediments, through which the type of the landmass are resulted named as the Bhabar. Clear? When a river left mountains, enter in a plains, it left boulders, big rock structures, nodules and pebbles. Kankad अपने रास्ते में छोड़ देती है and the sediments are move with the river water ahead. Clear? Such kind of a landforms which are the less fertile are known as a Bhabar. In the other side, in a foothills of mountains where water accumulated at their sides, through which the marshy lands, a kind of the marshy lands which are developed are known as a Tarai, T-E-R-A-I. Punjab's southeastern parts, the areas of Roopnagar and Patiala are categorized under the Tarai regions. T-E-R-A-I are part of the Tarai region which are adjacent to the Haryana. These are the marshy lands. Wetlands are there, marshy lands. But such land has used for a production of a crop, because the water available in such areas is a fresh water of a rivers, not as a saline water. In deltas of a saline water is not capable for the production of a crops. Now the reasons responsible for the high density of population in a plains are: first, availability of fertile soils for the agriculture; second, regular supply of water through the perennial rivers of Himalayas. It favors for the growth of industries and completes the needs of a domestic water. Third, moderate weather conditions, because northern plains are located at the foothills of the mountains. They are experiencing the moderate climatic conditions. Fourth, growth of means of transport due to the level structure. Due to the level land, growth of means of transport easy to develop in this region. This is as the fourth. Regular supply of water, fertile soil, and leveled areas. Leveled areas are suitable for the growth of a human resource. Humans are neither prefer to live in a mountainous and a plateau regions. Clear? So these are the major reasons responsible for the growth of a Ganga basin. Now the third, Brahmaputra basin. Brahmaputra basin has lies in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and Meghalaya. It has basically drained by the Brahmaputra and its tributary Dihang. In this region, Brahmaputra has called with the different names. When Brahmaputra enters in India through the Arunachal Pradesh, it is called Dibang, D-I-B-A-N-G, 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 Dibang River. When the Brahmaputra enters in Assam, it is known as Brahmaputra. When Brahmaputra enters in Meghalaya, it is known as the Yamuna. With this name, it enters in Bangladesh also. Jamuna, J-A-M-U-N-A, not the Y. Yamuna is a tributary of a Ganga which flows through the middle of the Delhi, but this is a Jamuna, J-A-M-U-N-A. This river makes as braided streams. Brahmaputra makes as the braided streams. What are the braided streams? When the river has flowing, during course, a big size rock structures, boulders, rock structures, these are remains in course. पत्थर बीच में रह जाते हैं in course, and the river starts to move along the such number of obstructions. Such smaller streams are known as a braided streams. B-R-A-I-D-E-D. B-R-A-I-D-E-D. Braided streams. When river flow in a mountainous slopes, big boulders existed in a river. It remains centralized as a static or deposited by the river in their course, and the water starts to flow along these boulders, through which are smaller streams which came into existence are known as braided streams. B-R-A-I-D-E-D. B-R-A-I-D-E-D streams. S-T-R-E-A-M-S. Yes, Lavina? Braided streams.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, kindly explain the term Bhangar region.
Bhangar, Khadar. Okay, they are remaining. Okay. Braided streams. They are the result in a Brahmaputra. Afterwards, Brahmaputra it enters in a Bangladesh and makes the world's largest delta with joining to the stream of a Ganga named as a Sundarbans. This is as a Brahmaputra basin. Clear? Okay, Bhangar and Khadar. Bhangar alphabetically comes to B first. So these are the older alluvium. The lands which are results of older alluvium. And K comes the later in alphabetically newer alluvium. Khadar are the result of a newer alluvium. Clear? Second one, Bhangar are lies in a foothills of the mountains. Foothills of mountains. Foothills of mountains, and a Khadar are lies in a deltas. Khadar lies in a deltas. Khadar lies in deltas. Third one, Bhangar, they are consisting the nodules and concord, nodules and pebbles. Whereas a Khadar, they are consisting of the finer materials. Finer sediments are consisting under the Khadar. Bhangar are the less fertile because of the presence of nodules, but the Khadar, they are more fertile due to their finer in texture. Finer in texture. Fine texture has makes them the more fertile. More fertile. Clear? Any other? So these are the northern plains of India. Any questions regarding this? Next are the peninsular plateau, which has lies in between of. Yes, Lavina.
Sir, explain riverine islands.
Riverine islands by the deposition of a boulders in course of a river, in course of a river, in course of a river are known as a riverine islands. When river जब बह रही होती है in slopes of a mountains and suddenly enters in a plains, it remains the large size rock structures during their in course are known as riverine islands, and those streams which are flowing along these these riverine islands are known as a braided streams. They are known as the braided streams. Clear? Next, peninsular plateau lies in the south of the northern plains. South of the northern plains. South of the northern plains, which are the part of the oldest landmarks of India. Oldest landmarks of India. It is a result of it is a part of the oldest landmarks of India, which separated from the Indo-Australian plate, named as a Gondwana land. It is a part of the Gondwana land, which has consisting of the old basaltic rocks, igneous rocks. They are consisting the igneous rock. That land has lies in a east of Aravallis, west of Chota Nagpur, south of Bundelkhand, and north of Nilgiris. North of Nilgiris. Peninsular plateau has divided as per their relief into the two parts: Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. The northern part of the Narmada River is known as the Central Highlands. It is demarcated by the Chota Nagpur Plateau at the east, Aravallis at the west, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand at the north. Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand, these are the stretch of the peninsular plateau in Uttar Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand at the north, and Narmada Valley at the south. Narmada Valley at the south. This part of a peninsular plateau drained by the Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, and Kane rivers. Kane rivers. Clear? This part having as a certain number of the peaks, the highest mountain peaks, which has includes as a Rajmahal Hills, Mahadev Mekal Hills. Clear? Mahadev Mekal Hills. Clear? Next one, the Deccan Plateau. It is a rectangular piece of a land lies in a south of the Narmada River. It has stretched among the south of the Narmada River. Narmada River. This land, this part of a peninsular plateau, demarcated from the eastern side from eastern side by Eastern Ghats, from western sides by Western Ghats, and they are located north of the Nilgiris. They are located north of the Nilgiris. This land has basically drained by the Krishna, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, Godavari and Mahanadi. Godavari and Mahanadi rivers. Clear? Next one, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats are the regular mountain range, whereas the Eastern Ghats is the irregular mountain range. Western Ghats are Western Ghats are bifurcated by the passes. 3 passes are there: Thal, Bhur, and Palghat. Whereas the Eastern Ghats are demarcated. These are bifurcated by the river valleys of Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari, and Mahanadi rivers. Western Ghats, they are stretched from a north Gulf of Khambat towards Kanyakumari, whereas the Eastern Ghats are stretched from the Chilka Lake in Odisha towards Kanyakumari. The highest mountain peak of Western Ghats are the Anai Modi. The highest mountain peak of Eastern Ghats are the Mahendragiri. The average height of Western Ghats is 900 to 1600, whereas the average height of the Eastern Ghats are the lower, approximately as the 800 to the 1000 meters from the mean sea level. So these two are the Eastern and Western Ghats of the country. Clear? Eastern and the Western Ghats of the country. Next one is the Indian Desert. Indian Desert is known as the Thar Desert, which is located at the northwestern frontiers or the west of the Aravalli Hills. Mount Abu is the highest mountain peak of this region. Mount Abu, ABU, is the highest mountain peak of this region, which receives as approximately the less than 20 centimeters annual rainfall. Due to the less vegetation, this area has experienced a sparse growth of vegetation. Less growth of vegetation. In this region, only one source of water is the Luni River. Luni, the word which has developed from the Lavan, L-A-V-A-N. Lavan means the salt. This is a saltwater river which has originates from the Aravallis, flows towards the west and disappears. Again, re-emerge in a run of Kutch of Gujarat. Bundelkhand is the northern stretch of Central Highlands, which is known in the parts of the Uttar Pradesh stretch. Uski extension hai. Central Highlands ka extension, it is as the end point in Uttar Pradesh named as a Bundelkhand. These peninsular plateaux are not looks like as a mountain, they are a big size of a rock structures. A large size of a rock structures which are present in a south of the Great Plains of India known as a peninsular plateau. Such rock structures, these are distributed among the larger inner space. Clear? They are not having any other qualities. Where these are weathered, these are decomposed by the weathering processes in such areas. They are helpful for extraction of the minerals. Next, coastal plains. Coastal plains are stretched. This is as the narrow stretch in between of the coast of Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal and the Eastern and the Western Ghats. Coastal plains are divided into two parts: Western coastal plains and Eastern coastal plains. Western coastal plains are stretched in between our coast of Arabian Sea and Western Ghats. They are lies in west of Western Ghats. They are known in Mumbai to the Goa as a Konkan coast. Goa to the coast of Karnataka as the Kannada coast, and the coast of Kerala, they are known as a Malabar coast. Its highest mountain peak is Anai Modi, which I will learn under the Western Ghats. This region has the tropical evergreen forest due to the excessive rainfall received during the monsoon season. During the monsoon season, this region has receives the plenty of a rainfall. More than the 200 centimeters rainfall receives in this region. So let's move towards the eastern coastal plains. Eastern coastal plains are stretched in between. A narrow strip lies in between of the coast of a Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. Coast of Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. Coast of Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. They are known as the Coromandel Coast, which extends from Kanyakumari to the Chilika Lake. Their northern boundary, their northern stretch has demarcated by the Northern Circars. Norther, and Northern Circars makes as the northern boundary of the eastern coastal plains. Clear? Chilika is the only saltwater river, so saltwater lake, which has lies in this region. This region. Clear? So these were, and then at the last are the islands remaining. Islands. India having the two group of the islands are there. One has stretched in a western sides, and second has lies in a eastern stretch of the country in a eastern side. In western side, in Arabian Sea, they are known as a Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep Islands, which are the coral origins. Which are the coral origins? Earlier, the Lakshadweeps were known as a Laccadive, Minicoy, and the Amendive. Amendive, its capital as a Kavarati. Its capital as the Kavarati. Lakshadweep are the result of the deposition of a skeletons of coral polyps around the conical structure under the water bodies. They are the group of 36 islands which are lies at the west of the Kerala coast. And the other side, Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are basically as a group of the 92 islands which are the result of the volcanic eruptions. India's one and only active volcano has lies in a barren islands in Andaman Islands. Barren island in Andaman and Andaman Islands, which erupts around 400 years back. The cooling of magma results the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are divided by the 10-degree latitudes. The southernmost point of this region is the Indra Point, and this land has the extensive growth of a tropical evergreen forest. Now, any queries regarding this chapter? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Lavina.
Sir, Northern Sirkar and Coromandel Coast are the parts of eastern coastal plains.
We call to the eastern coastal plains as the Coromandel Coast, which has extends from Kanyakumari to Chilika Lake. Afterwards, the Chilika Lake, the Northern Circars begins. Northern Circars makes the boundary. उसका extension बनाती हैं. It makes as the boundary of the eastern coastal plains, Northern Circars. Northern Circars makes the eastern boundary of our eastern coastal plains. Clear?